Okay, folks, we are in New York City. I am on Broadway and Liberty Street. And funny enough, this is exactly where I used to get off the NR line and go to my job on Wall Street, which was at One Liberty Plaza right behind me. That building's no longer there. They had to demolish it after the World Trade Center went down. But this was me about 27 years ago, coming to work every day. There's a red cube across here. I don't know if you can see it behind me. And I used to look at that thing on the way in, and I was this green kid, man, 22 years old, had a suit on, was probably the cheapest thing you ever saw, walking to work in my wingtips that hurt my feet, and I was just starry-eyed, man, super starry-eyed. I used to look up at the World Trade Center up there and been like, wow, man, that's amazing. And I was all jazzed up to be in this city, and it was great, but this city also took its toll on me, and I don't know if I was ready for it, and I really wasn't ready for it, and but I was a lot of growing experience, and I really matured a lot in the man I am today. I can thank a lot for this city because it made me grow the fuck up and learn how to fight for what's yours. That's what they do well in this city, man. They really do know how to fight and honk their horns and make a lot of noise till they get what they want. So I like that. I respect that. I feel great coming back here. This is the best I've ever felt coming to this city. I feel good. I feel the energy. I feel a little trepidation, but I also feel strong. I haven't been back here for almost 2 years when I trained with John Joseph for, I got challenged to do the Ironman last time, and then I went and trained for it, and we had this meeting of the minds on the Brooklyn Bridge that you would have seen in our movie Iron Mind, where John's like, what's it gonna be, motherfucker? Are you gonna be with me on that starting line in Chattanooga, Tennessee? And of course we did it, and of course I told you and the whole world about my difficult times here in New York City, my addiction to drugs, my heroin addiction, my heroin overdose, how I lost my friends, my family, my job, everything. I moved to London to rebuild myself. That was a big moment in my life. And so this city always hung over my head for a long time, you know, like, it always reminded me of failure on every corner. I could literally remember all my failures on every corner, you know. Failure there, girlfriend there, you know, drug dealer would deliver there. It was all this bullshit. And, but that's all gone now. I got to tell you all about that and got to run my race, and I put all that bullshit behind me, and now I'm back, motherfucker. I'm charged up. And, you know, I've been following this guy lately named Wes Watson. He's this former convicted felon who puts these YouTube videos out, and he said it's your demons that are always going to make you fail, and if you can go out there and find your faults and your weaknesses and battle them, or as Jocko Willink says, attack weakness. That's what Jocko does. If you can get that side of your life right, you can be anything you want to be in this world. But it's those things. It's always you that stops you from being great. Always you. It's something inside of you, and maybe that happened from your trauma when you were a child, or your parents got divorced, or blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? The point is that if you don't actively look for your weak points every single day and try to make them better, then you're always going to be mediocre. There's always going to be something holding you back. But if you can get in there and attack those weaknesses, man, you really have greatness there. So we all have it inside us. It's just usually we succumb to our own weaknesses and addictions and traumas and pains, and we never actually investigate it. And that's why I've been really fortunate to be able to do that with the show, with people like John Joseph, with endurance races, with things like ayahuasca. It allows me to get in there, and it's uncomfortable. It's not nice, man. No one wants to go into their weaknesses and fears, but if you can do that, you unlock the key. And this has got to be something, maybe a future book I'm going to write about really getting in there and going in there and shining a light into those darknesses. I think that's what Joe Rogan says he does when he takes those edibles and goes into his isolation chamber, is that he tries to shine a light on all those little dark spaces that most of us would rather cover up with a drink, Netflix, a line of heroin. That's what I used to do. And all that bullshit, when in fact, if you go in there, it's not as painful as you think it might be. It's really not. And once you get in there and breathe a little bit and try to understand it, you can find a way to go ahead and move forward in your life. And so why am I saying this right now? I don't know idea. I had no plans to make this video. But Liberty Street and Broadway, and I'm having new memories. And again, I'm telling myself new stories right now. This is no longer the city that broke me. This is the city. This is the city I'm gonna fucking own now. That's what this city is. This is the city I'm gonna channel this energy, and we're gonna use this to channel our message. And this city is gonna help pursue the message of London Real. That's what I'm seeing now. That's the vision I'm getting. I'm seeing this now and seeing how we can use this great mecca of energy to further our message. Maybe we'll have a New York office for London Real. Who knows? Maybe I'll be spending more time here. Who knows? But again, I'm going to change the story. So, and that's what I've been doing. And that's what we're talking about in the latest film called Reconnect that's premiering in London in December. It's telling myself a new story. My parents were divorced when I was 7. I used to cry about it and say, oh, that's when I started closing down, and that maybe led to my addictions. But, now I'm saying, wow, their divorce actually made me this worldly guy that felt comfortable to live in London and New York City and travel the world. And that allowed my mom to give me a brand new education. It allowed me to spend time with my dad, who taught me so many things about myself. So now I'm telling myself new stories, and those things I thought were bad or traumatic are actually the things that made Brian who he is today, and a man I'm super proud of right now. So it's a beautiful thing. And just some of my musings and thoughts right now. I hope this helps you in some way, this video. And I plan on seeing some old friends here in New York City that I used to get up to some no good with. But it's all good now. We've all found our ways, which is important. And going to meet some new friends. Got some interviews lined up. Hopefully be hooking up with James Halticher while I'm here, and Teddy Atlas as well. Talk about his whole fascinating career in the boxing world. So excited to be here, meet with some people. And of course, the baddest motherfuckers are in town tonight. So we got Nate Diaz, 209, representing. I've been watching the Diaz brothers for the last 15 years, back when no one cared. Nick Diaz was always my man, repping 209. Nate's in there today. I used to watch him on The Ultimate Fighter back in the day. And of course, Street Jesus. Come on, man. Jorge Masvidal, you can't mess with him. I was watching his Kimbo Slice backyard brawl the other night. So two bad motherfuckers with The Rock, the bad motherfucker, giving him that belt. So it's all good. I might find a way up to Madison Square Garden right now and bust a ticket, or not. Who knows? But we'll see. So obviously I'm feeling good. I'm going to go see the World Trade Center site and say goodbye to a few friends that lost their lives in that tower. But yeah, feeling great here. I hope you're feeling great wherever you are. And look, all I got to say is we all have ups and downs in life. But I really think if you can go down and write down what those weaknesses are in your life, write down what those pain points are, that fear, those addictions, those things you don't like about yourself, and find a way to go in there and attack it. Find a way to go back and revisit some things in your life. I'm telling you, you can make yourself unstoppable. You can turn yourself into a Superman or a Superwoman or a super binary, whatever it is. And imagine if everyone did that. Imagine if everyone could empower themselves in such a way. Man, this whole world would be on fire. It'd be like, ow, ow, be on fire. So look, they're honking their horns over here. That's how they do in New York City, man. Everybody here fights for what's theirs. I gotta like that. So yeah, I'm loving it. Anyways, been awesome talking to you guys. I'm all pumped up after doing this video. So much love. I'll probably be doing more of these vlogs from New York City. And I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace. Bad motherfucker.